Being MBA students, let me start this talk with a case. The six of us standing here, the six of us standing here are here to speak on the topic United Color of India. But then let us look what background we come from. Ashik, I'm coming from Kerala, Lavanya from Hyderabad, Utkarsh from Patna, Sanjit from Delhi, Karthik from Punjab, and Urmil from Gujarat. We are a small sample set, small sample which are selected by Anupam Das sir to present this video. Even in this to present this presentation, even in this small presentation, we can see how diverse our country is. Now let me take you through a different perspective. What is the first thing that comes in your mind when you hear the word color? I guess some of you might have recalled rainbow. What actually makes a rainbow so different? It is actually a mixture of colors, 7 different colors, which have nothing to do with each other. But what happens when these mix with each other? When they merge, they become a single color, white. And this is exactly what our country is. Our country has diverse, our country is rich in heritage and diversity. And this is what the 7 colors of rainbow signify. When these 7 colors of rainbow, when we intermix all these diversity and heritage, what we actually the diversity and heritage of our country is so distinct that we have nothing to do with each other. But then, towards the end of the day, we all stay united. We all stay united, and this is something what happens in India only. And throughout this presentation, we will show how this diversity will make our country more beautiful and colorful. Let us look into this through a different aspect. What would have been the situation if India were not divided? Trust me, India would not be the same India like what it is today. Just because throughout the subcontinent, there will be a number of wars, which will result in that India will not have India won't experience the same global position it has now. And be glad that we are divided into 29 states and 7 union territories. 7 union territories. Throughout, over the course of time, it has been like we speak the language we belong to, we wear the dress, we enjoy the festival, we watch the movies, etc., which correspond to the region we come from.
In spite of these diversities, India is one. You may ask why. Because the festival teaches us a lesson, the lesson of unity in diversity. The major festivals which we celebrate across India are the festival of color, Holi, the festival of light, Diwali, the end of Ramzan, Eid, the birth of Jesus Christ, Christmas, Durga Puja, and the beginning of harvest season, Pongal and Lohri. But these festivals comes from beliefs of people, but at the same time, different people from different beliefs come together to celebrate regional occasions. Let's quickly take some of these regional occasions first, starting from the eastern region. The Nagaland tribe, in the Nagaland, the people celebrates Hornbill Festival, in which people from various tribes come together to perform traditional dances. Then in Kachiranga Elephant Festival in Assam, where thousands of elephants are gathered together in properly groomed and bedecked to participate in events such as race, football, and dance. Then coming on to the Deccan Festival of Andhra Pradesh, which celebrates over a time span of 5 days, reflecting the culture of Deccan. Coming on to the Tamil Nadu, Cape Festival is organized, celebrated in Kanyakumari, where the people purify themselves by taking a dip at the waters where the Arabian Sea, the Indian Ocean, and the Bay of Bengal meet. Then in Kerala, people take part in a water Olympic event known as snake boat races. In Karnataka, people celebrate Agni Kheli festival, in which people throw fireballs at each other. Then people in Gujarat celebrate Kite festival, and in Madhya Pradesh they celebrate Khajuraho dance festival. There is a unique style of Holi which is being played in Uttar Pradesh, Mathura district. It's called Latmar Holi, in which the women using lathis beat men who protect themselves using shields. Then in Rajasthan, Pushkar Camel Trade Fair takes place, in which thousands of camels, literally thousands of camels gathered, occupying the whole landscape of desert. Then coming on to the Punjab, Rural Olympics takes place. You must have seen a glimpse of it in the music video of Tung Tung Baje from the Akshay Kumar Sing is Bling. And then coming to the Hemis festival in Jammu and Kashmir, where the Lambas dance to the rhythms and cables, signifying the defeat of evil over. Defeat of evil. Wearing devil-faced masks, devil kind of masks. Then, these festivals create a sense of cultural unity and belongingness, and create a sense of purity in our heart. Whether it's the gathering of faithful, or bowing in prayer in the courtyard of mosque, or gathering of lamps at that lit up house at Diwali, the good cheer of Christmas, or the brotherhood of Baisakhi. The religions of India shares a common emotion that brings people together. People belonging from different culture and diversity, united by a common code of brotherhood and amity in this fascinating and diverse land.
While richness of heritage is good, we are all more concerned about the fulfillment of stomach. We cannot talk about diversity and not talk about the food varieties in our country. There is no homogeneity of flavors in our country, ranging from north to south or east to west, ranging from tandooris in the north to spices in the south, from snacks in the west to sweets in the east. You name it and we have it. Each region in our country has different culinary characteristics and traditional dishes. You can see in the slide. For example, let me just name a few. There is something called Gongura Pachadi from Andhra Pradesh, which is the most famous pickle you can find in the country. Or the bamboo steamed fish, which is a specialty dish of Nagaland. Or the most famous Indian cheesecake called Chena Poda from Orissa. Or something called Kalari cheese from Jammu and Kashmir, which is made from the traditional local hill cheese, which is indigenous to the state. Also, how can we not talk about Gujarat when we talk about food? The wide range of snacks in Gujarat rightly sums up to the wide range of food in our entire country. So culinary diversity is truly something that our country should be proud of. Food has always been associated with one more thing that stands as a symbol of celebration in our country, and that is weddings. Diversity exists in every part, every dimension of Indian content, and weddings are not an exception. Go to the next slide. So apart from food and apart from the grandiose of Indian weddings, there is one more thing about our weddings that make them so interesting, and that is our wedding customs. Every different wedding in our country has a different custom associated with it. Let me run you through a few. For example, the Kashi Yatra. This is a custom that takes place in the Telugu, Tamil, and Konkani weddings. So typically, there is a role play before the wedding. Before the groom enters the wedding, he decides to live an aesthetic life, and he decides to leave for Kashi. And then the bride's father goes to him and convinces him to marry his daughter. Such drama cannot be found in any other wedding in any part of the world except in our country. There's another custom in Bihar where after the wedding, the mother-in-law puts pots on the bride's head, one after the other, and piles them up. And she's supposed to touch the feet of the in-laws with the pots on her head. This act, basically balancing of pots, it symbolizes the adjustment of the bride into the new family. Or talk about Kanpur's traditions. Instead of being welcomed by flowers and arti, the groom is actually welcomed by tomatoes and potatoes and a string of swear words. So customs like this in something as big as weddings can be found only in India. And not just in one wedding, it's found, there are different customs in each and every wedding. Yeah. So.
Now that we have talked about weddings in India, how can we forget dance and music? These are related to wedding. I would rate that dance and music would be the second most part of wedding activities that people look forward. Yes, of course, the first being the food. This is the second most integral part of wedding. So we'll discuss the Indian rich heritage of music and dance. We will first discuss about music. We will know that music is a cultural art whose medium is sound. So music can be classified into basically two categories. That is classical and folk music. The classical music are further classified into two categories that are Carnatic, which is predominant in the peninsular region of India, and other is Hindustani music that we can found into central, eastern and north parts of India. So, next slide. Can you name any of these? You may know the names of the famous singers. Can you name them? It's very famous. They are very famous. Yes. Lata Mangeshkar, yes. Then? Can you give one answer? Yes, Kavita Krishnan. Yeah. Mohammad Rafi is there, Sukhvinder Singh is there, then Shreya Ghoshal, Honey Singh. Yes, I know all of you know that. Now I want to ask a difficult question to you all. Can you name a playback singer who is also an MBA graduate? Yes, you are right. You all three are right. Sona Mahapatra. And another name I would like to say that it's Rahul Pandey. Now coming to dance, I think music will be incomplete if we don't give human movements to it. So that here it comes dance. In dance, there are classical dance. You will be knowing this Kuchipudi, then Kathakali, Bharatnatyam, Kathak, Odissi, Manipuri. These all forms the classical types of dance. The another types of dance are folk and tribunal dance. These are the regional dances which prevail all over country. Here we can see Bihu from Assam, Garba from Gujarat, Lavani from Maharashtra, then Bhangra from Punjab. Now there is an important question. Can you think of something that brings unity among diverse people in the field of dance? Let's look at it.
Is it audible? Yeah. So going forward with the performing arts like dance and music, it's worth mentioning, and we should rightly admit that we all need to be entertained, and entertainment is something that we always crave for. So, and when we talk about entertainment, there is one thing that would make our talk incomplete. That would be in Indian cinema. So, under Indian cinema, we should take pride in speaking that when it comes to total production of films on an annual basis, India ranks first. We produce close to 1,600 movies per year. and the major chunk of those movies are produced in South Indian languages. Tamil, Telugu, and Hindi, they together produce 1,000 movies total, and so we can classify, on a broad basis, we can classify the cinema in two categories. The popular mainstream cinema. The mainstream cinema started in 1913 with the production of Raja Harish Chandra by Dada Saheb Phalke, and since then it has been more than 100 years. And during these 100 years, many classics like Guide, Iruvar, Chemin, they have found their places in the historical books of Indian cinema. And another important category of cinema is parallel cinema, which is the cinema which is inspired by the Indian theatre and Indian literature. Bengali cinema is one which has to be commended for developing this parallel cinema. Some of the movies like Ankur, Do Bhiga Zameen, The World of Appu, and Pathar Panchali are some of the great movies created by the pioneers like Satyajit Ray, Ritwik Ghosh, and Shyam Benegal. So, going forward with the occupational diversity, in India, we have a lot of occupational diversity. We have people from snake charmers to people who are business tycoons. And see, it would not be correct to categorize people on the occupational basis on the basis of income status or purchasing power. We can aptly classify them on the basis of organized and unorganized sector. Under unorganized sector, we have snake charmers, farmers, which constitute around 65% of our population. We have potters, carpenters. Coming on to the organized sector, we have people working in big MNCs in the management domain. We have a large number of engineers in our country. We have people who have dedicated their life to social service and teaching. And we should take pride in speaking that a lot of youth in India today, they are taking up entrepreneurship as an occupation. So the fact of the matter is, despite a lot of occupation diversity in India, the occupation don't divide us. They actually bring us together because of the interdependence of various occupations and synergistic values that different occupations create for themselves.
So, how does diversity prevail in India? Well, to simplify, there are three parts to it. First, geography enables the diversity. Second, religion, politics, and culture preserve it, and the refined versions of the culture help us to cherish them. So, you might be wondering that India, with such a diverse background, how can people be united? The fact of the matter is that there are subtle things in which India is united. Things that we tend to ignore, or things that are so common that we don't see them. On a lighter note, I would like to show you some slides in which it can show that India is united. First, superstar worship. Be it sports or be it movies, music, any other form of art or sports. People in India worship their superstars like anything. Sachin Tendulkar, it's not every day that you get the title of the god of cricket. To put numbers into perspective, the final match of PV Sindhu was watched by 66.5 million viewers all around the world. And it's actually 1 million more than the population of United Kingdom. So what I'm trying to say is that be it any person from any walk of life, all of them come together to watch an India match, be it with any country. Okay. Next. Bargaining. From ladies in our house to the ladies in Sharmaji's house to the ladies in north to the south, each one of the ladies, oh, why are we letting out the men? They might be poor at the bargaining, but they too bargain. Very bad at it, I accept it. But bargaining is a trait that Indians are known for all over the world. So much as so as to known as Indians are described as the cheapest person after the Jews in other parts of the world. Superstitions. So, from the northernmost part of India to the southernmost part, to the westernmost part of India to the easternmost part, superstitions are same everywhere. If a black cat is cutting your road in Delhi, it doesn't matter. You will get the same punishment as a black cat cuts the road in Bangalore. The best thing about superstition is that the punishment you get if you don't follow superstition follows an equity theory. Third, that is jugaad. This is a trait that the whole world knows of India. It is something that has been embedded in us. People from everywhere in India find random logic to come up with activities like this. And last but not the least, the fascination of Indian parents towards forcing their children to pursue engineering or MBBS. I mean, the moment if some parents find that a child is good at something, they might be forcefully pushed towards pursuing a degree in engineering or MBBS. At last, I would just like to quote something what Shashi Tharoor said. India is like a thali. India is like a thali comprising of dishes, sumptuous dishes of different varieties. These dishes do not taste like each other and they do not mix with each other, but they have a role on the plate and each one of them complement each other in making this feast a repast one. Thank you.
We have to wrap it up.
Apart from a lot of stereotyping that I can see, especially in the last slides, about Indian parents forcing or Indian people bargaining, especially you said the women bargain a lot. I want to ask you what you meant by Indians are considered the most cheapest people after Jews. Like, are the people being bought or something? Like, why do you
Okay,
consider?
let me clarify that. First of all, when I started my speech, I said on a lighter note, so I'm justified it very much early that everything that I would be speaking was on a lighter note. Second thing, what I meant by cheap was that if you see one of Russell Peters' video, then in that it is being described as Jews have a tendency to bargain a lot. So, 1 minute, just 1 minute. Jews have a tendency to bargain a lot. So that is why they are called cheap person. Why? Because they don't tend to give money. They don't tend to give a higher value for a particular item. India's comes second to it. That is why I call them the second cheapest person. Anything else? Actually, I just copied that quote from the that stand-up. So fine. Thank you for your suggestions.
Hi. There seemed to be a lot of unity among the A section and the C section, that as many as 4 to 5 slides of yours were exactly together. It's exactly same. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, because we use the same internet, the same Google
Internet?
Chrome to browse.
Same internet gives the exact slides?
Yeah. Probably you went on to page 2, page 3, and probably we found it in page 1. Heard of coincidences?
Are you trying to imply something? So if you could be so much clear about it.
All right. Oh. Oh, be cool. All right. The blue color. Okay, I think we'll have to wrap it up here. You'll get your video tomorrow. Hopefully, you'll be ready with the final version of the video. Need to take a look at that. Only suggestion, I mean, I have many suggestions, but only suggestion that I would like to share here, give you here is that, practice a little more before you come to the stage. At times, it becomes very apparent that you haven't rehearsed much. If that
is the case, especially those who would be coming next, this is the suggestion for them, rehearse at least 3 times before you come to the stage. Okay, all right, so thank you. You guys need